Yeah, for sure. If you make it there under pressure, you know you're going to be able to succeed once you get to that point. I will let you guys know really quickly. We did find out where we're going to be watching after this. The homie squad just took down Go Fluffy Rangers. Unfortunately, to anyone who
Homie.
wants us to say that name over and over, as I'm sure we want to there. But Gaming Gorillas, Fank, Cool, Pix, I think EXO are going to be against Homie Squad, who won that previous one. And some names here I have seen in previous 10Ks in previous weeks. Billiam's a name that stands out to me. Saka, I remember specifically, I think Blue said he was a newer player that had to really perform in this level, which he hadn't been able to do before. I think I remember him having a decent showing from what we've seen, but we'll see if he can kind of maintain that here. But Gaming Gorillas won. I don't need to say the one. Not sure why I added it that time. I think they have to be the favorites going in here. They had a great showing week number one, just like Cordiality. They were able to kind of hold off until weeks following. So they were able to kind of hide things that they might be showing here in the Runway update with the mastery changes, with a Runway herself being in the meta, all these shifts that really do change things are now kind of coming in, and they've been able to hide all of that until now.
Who do you think of these rosters and these players? I know I've been watching these guys for months and months now. Has made the biggest leaps forward as far as, you know, the effort they've been putting in, the wins they've been making. Who could really be on the top of your list as far as improvement?
Improvement in general is a tough one to judge. I feel like we haven't gotten our eyes as much on Homie Squad as I would have liked to. Honestly, the fact that they're here off of a win, I think, is a big deal. They have had... I've seen their names consistently. They've been performing early, but usually they're kind of early knockouts. Them in the quarterfinals is a good look for them. I think just across the board for them, that would be solid. But again, I'll point towards Soka, so a player that we said last time had, I think, to stand out. Wasn't necessarily fully standing out, but performing. And now we'll see if we can repeat that here. But we'll look at the maps that we are seeing in this quarterfinal matchup. Just to let you know, Favelas is going to be map number one, as I mentioned earlier. Koth on Palace. No image, but we have Windward to kind of stand in for it for now. Breach, map number 3, will be Strikeout, the newer game mode for this. Favelas, once more, King of the Hill, and we will end on Demo on Windward. So I'm going to be able to cast Palace for the first time. I think we saw some of those vertical hills when I was looking at earlier matchups here, but... Again, I feel like every time I come in, there's always something new for me. Whether it's Runway, whether it's Palace, I feel like I always end up seeing something fresh.
Having two Favelas, that's going to be big. If one team is going to be a lot stronger in that, then that could really end up being the difference maker. Breach Strikeout, though, that's going to be fun. I think that's going to be definitely, already it's the wrench that's getting thrown into the mix, but being on Breach, that can be pretty darn exciting. So Favelas, Demo, Palace, King of the Hill, that's pretty standard. But then we've got two that could really shake things up. And a good one to end it out on. Windward Demo could be pretty darn exciting if we get there.
Yeah. I mean, if we get to Game 5, I've seen some very tight Windward demos. I'd hope to see it there. If we make it all the way the distance, I think that will be decided on how this first game goes, I'm going to say. I think Favelas is a map that has been changing in recent times, just from what I've been able to see. We know that previously it was this kind of everyone just attacked B, this just tight lockdown up top. If you tried to drop, you just got gunned down from the ramp. That kind of leads from A to B. Now teams on attack are pivoting a little bit more. I mean, you play those anvil shields, get that bomb down, and then suddenly this post-plant situation is a little bit easier to play than the actually trying to break down the door on B and clear out all these buildings that someone could be ratting inside. Teams are figuring out that going to this low ground, even if you give up this high ground, to rotate, you have to go into a big open space, and that makes it a little bit easier to play.
Yeah, there's a very good chance that we just see a Gaming Gorilla 3-0 easy peasy here. So as far as the advanced strategies, the starts, it's going to be interesting right off the bat to see what Homie Squad can bring to the table in this demo. We're going to take away a lot from this very first opening. I can already tell, just to gauge where Homie Squad is really at today. Like you said, they're coming off a win, which gauges pretty well. They could possibly be set up for some success, but Gaming Gorillas, we've seen them before. We've seen how well they can play, and hopefully Homie Squad can make it a good one.
Yeah, definitely want to see that if they can kind of really pull it out. I did just get a little correction, courtesy of Blue, as he often does, but it's always welcome. Gaming Gorillas did have a bit of a change. EXO not playing Rugi is going to be in, and I recognize his avatar on the CMG site more than so I know I've seen him come in before, and I remember being fairly impressed by him. So I think that's not a downgrade by any means for the members of Gaming Gorillas having him on the roster, but I think it'll be our first look with him kind of in the mix there. But seeing this coming in, Favelas, we've seen a couple of runway bans, I think, across the board so far here. We're seeing kind of a consistent, like, runways out. We saw Scorch a little bit earlier. I think we've seen Vi ban. We've seen Anvil ban. Those are more on respawns. Anything you're expecting to be taken out? Do you expect them to kind of stick with the tried and true? We see runway out. You see maybe glitch out, depending?
Not really, honestly. I don't think that there's going to be too much of a, like I said, risk it to the biscuit. I just don't see it happening, really. I don't think that's a good move on a day where it's strikeouts getting put into the mix to start trying new things and experimenting and making anything more happen, because these guys know each other. They've played each other. They're practiced against each other. They know what each other is good at, what game types are good at. So they know what to expect, and they're going to ban accordingly.
Yeah, I think that's probably solid and expected there. They're going to kind of stay kind of within their lane, partially because they do have so many different teams that they had to prepare for. It's entirely possible that even though they were going in, they were saying, all right, look, Gaming Gorillas to be saying, all right, we are keeping our eyes on Justice. We're keeping our eyes on Cordiality. Those are the two teams that we're more concerned about than anybody. And maybe they have something in the pocket for them that they'll be pulling at that maybe they've done in scrims. Maybe it was done against the Homie Squad in scrims. And now suddenly Homie Squad are expecting this kind of pocket strat that maybe isn't happening. There's a lot of potential layers, I think, to the way that this could go out. But I'm going to say Homie Squad, if any team's going to have a pocket ban, right, if they're going to try to explicitly target a player, get rid of, maybe someone's just sick with Dallas, right? If they want to get rid of that, I think that would be more likely to come from Homie Squad trying to punch up in the seeding more than Gaming Gorillas, who are keeping their eyes on the prize. We can look at what the bans actually will be, though. We do have that now ready for you. So once this ends up shifting in, we will see it's Vi and Runway. So Vi, not necessarily just on respawns as much anymore. You don't want that corner pressure. They're going to get rid of her. That's an Incen out of the picture. That's the Vile Poison out of the picture. And Runway. I think seeing the effectively OP, not necessarily that, but how teams picture it, rogues being banned by the higher seeded team is something that we've seen historically. I mean, think about how long Justice were just banning Fixer kind of apropos of nothing. Oh, never mind. Yeah. That's a flip. They don't want to deal with Vi. Vi a little bit stronger. Homie Squad, the ones that don't want to get util dumped on.
No, that makes sense. It does get Vi out of there. Runway, that's the new, that's going to be the newer strat. Don't want Homie Squad don't want Gaming Gorillas to bring out any new tech on them. So these do make sense in this first map, but it could change up. Going further, they could learn a little bit something about each other. They could bring out some new toys. Who knows? Maybe there's something that they're keeping secret for the big day.
It's possible, but there's a lot of big day left, and there's a bigger day tomorrow. So if they're keeping it a secret, it's either you pull it out now or you're really holding on strong. Well, I think if we see anything like that, it might be on the respawns a little bit later, right? Once they see how that demo goes, once they kind of give each other that litmus test of how well they're going to go, then maybe we'll see some of the more desperate pocket strats coming out from either team, depending on who ends up the victor here. But everyone has played a lot of Favelas demo in particular. So, and this is something, a map and mode that's been in the game since the very beginning, since fairly early on. I mean, as soon as the early alpha gameplay went from extraction to demo, it's been something that these teams have put the time in on, even if things has changed from update to update, whether it's the Hot Rogue Summer, whether it's a Secret update, whether it's now the Runway update, even with Cannon looming on the horizon, it's still playing kind of fairly similarly, I'd say, other than as teams are kind of figuring out how they want to approach it, rather than necessarily it changing drastically purely because of the meta. But still, I think expected from what we saw. Vi, we're going to see her a lot more in the ban column. Don't want to deal with the incense spam. Don't want to deal with all that corner pressure. Runway, so much util pressure that she can add to the team as we go. But this opens the door for quite a bit. I mean, Glitch we might see taken out a bit. We're probably going to see him in. We've seen a lot more Dallas than I was necessarily expecting to see, thanks to the Incense, the reveals, and the ability to just throw the solid rifle on him right now that the mastery's out there.
Right. Yeah, definitely. There is a lot to be taken into consideration right now, and it's just going to be big, making sure that you're ready for the coming day and tomorrow. It's just going to be a major shift that you're going to have to make if some of these teams bring out something that you just aren't going to be able to handle. It's going to be tough, but hopefully Homie Squad, they bring out the upset. I would like to see it because that would be like, you can't look past us. Just quit looking at cordiality. Quit looking at justice. Don't look past us. That's rude.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention to us here. We made it. We won our RO16. We're here. We're in quarterfinals. It's a named round. It's not just a round of numbers anymore. You gotta pay attention to us, and they've at least made us pay enough attention to get on the mainstream, right? They are here.
I can't tell you how many opens I've been to or competed in where I would see like a top seeded team in my bracket, and we would look 2 or 3 rounds ahead at them and be like, talking about what we need to do to beat them. And it's like, why? Don't do that. Like, that's what ended up biting us in the butt like 4 or 5 times. I remember, I can think back on. That is a big mistake to make. So definitely don't look past this team. They're in the winners. They're still winning. And they are here to take you down, and you just cannot look past that, because all it takes is just a couple hot moments, and then all of a sudden you're in a corner, almost you're facing the losers bracket. Don't let it happen, Gorillas.
Yeah, Gorillas gotta stay strong. I think honestly it can go both ways, right? Because you go in, you're focusing on this one team, maybe you get kind of blindsided in the way. But if you're also coming in from a lower seed and you're like, all right, we're playing cordiality. We're looking at the top seed already because we're sick. It's that ego boost you get, right? So you just need that in shooters sometimes. Some people, they just cannot hit shots if they don't think they're the best player in the server. And if you're already looking to the top, if you're already looking to the prize, then you're going into every game that's not the final saying, all right, well, we've won this already. Some players play better in that mindset. It really does vary from person to person. Homie Squad, not necessarily going the distance in the past, could help them kind of make it all the way there. We won't have to wait too much longer to find out. Favelas lies ahead of us. Demolition again, once again, map mode combination that's been there since the beginning. We should see some seriously practiced strategies here from all the, but again, we've seen recent changes. Teams have been shifting the way they like to attack Gaming Gorillas. See how quickly they've adapted to that. If the Homie Squad can take advantage, if they can make that upset happen, but Gaming Gorillas are keeping their eyes firmly on the prize. They want to move ahead here in the agent selection. Speaking of agent selection, there has been a change. Runway will be available. They changed their ban before they went in there. Homie Squad want to play with Runway. They're going to get rid of Glitch, so maybe a bit of a target. Find out and see how they kind of pivot this immediately here as the bans have been decided.
Oh, an interesting flip there. Okay. So
I
now
think
is that in?
Sorry, I think it was the other way. I think the Vi. Sorry, I think it's Runway and Glitch, because Vi's being hovered right now, and I saw her banned on the in-game screen. See if that does end up going through, if they need to remake. But I'm assuming it's going to be Glitch and Runway. Makes a bit of sense, but we're gonna see Vi. I mean, she's already locked in by picks.
Yep.
We're gonna see Vi if she's available. She is so strong, forcing you out of angles, forcing you into uncomfortable situations.
I don't know if you did this on purpose, but you just rhymed Favelas with ahead of us so fluidly. Have you said that before?
No, I didn't even know. Thank you for noticing.
Dude, you're out here just making it happen. You're rapping it all day. You got the rap going on. I'm loving it, man. These players are on fire today, and so is Kresnik. Gotta love it. But yeah, it looks like a little switcheroo there. Was that in the rules? Is that a thing they can do, or was that just a mix up?
I think it might have been a flip potentially on the team that changed their ban. Well, here's the thing. We'll probably see them not jump out of the craft at the start if it is that way. Regardless, looks like we're going to be going in. I think these teams might be comfortable the way things turned out, or maybe, yeah, we are going to be heading in. They're flying in, so I'm assuming that is the way it is. Vi will be available and will be played. from Gaming Gorillas. They were allowed to play on this high ground. They are attacking first. Like I said, attacks have changed a lot on this map, I think, recently, or in the last couple of weeks, at the very least. Pressuring this high ground used to be the name of the game. It's all you would do. You would play on this B site, smoke everything out, clear out small garage, and try to walk in. And when you do that, this sort of thing happens. This Dahlia holding here on the left side, nading through the smoke randomly. That's 2 down, so they got the pick up, but it is not looking good for Gaming Gorillas already.
Good lord, look at this play from Rugi. Am I saying that right? Rugi? Rugi is able to land some excellent shots. Rouget, maybe there's a little, twang on it, I don't know. But Rouget has just been able to have a great start already. Picks up another one, and that is the first round. Beautiful work right there. Cool. That's cool, Matt, from Paladins, right?
It is. It is the same. It is the same cool, Matt. He shortened it to just cool because he's too cool for the rest of his name. Also, probably didn't want to get mixed up for the GM of the Houston Outlaws. Regardless, he's just cool now, and he is maybe a little less cool. Maybe needs to warm up. So far in this game after that first round for them. A tougher one. They got overwhelmed loading into this. They are rolling out one more time, going to try to stay up top. It seems so far no late pivots. You can see Cool and Fank are already going to be pushing here up top with one player watching mid. But it's a straight stack up top. This is kind of classic favelas, what we've seen in the past. Hopefully they don't die to nades this time. not much else, not another way to say it, really. There was a lot of nades that they got hit by. Got to make sure that doesn't happen again. And they're playing with the fear of Godnum. They're holding back a little bit. They do not want to get caught by that same exact strat. That pure presence of the Dahlia is slowing things down.
Yeah, that's a big pick. You don't want a mistake like that again, so I like that decision. You say the fear of God, but I just say being cautious, making sure not to fall for the same trap. We've got here we go. It's going to get a little aggressive. Slides on by. Okay. And I got some intel. That is Rugi. So Rugi going to be able to land that down and is moving in here with Fank. Going to land the damage in. Going to take himself out. Good shots by Hoppies to win that fight and also stay alive and get back. We've got 1 down for each team, and the fight is looking totally different. Rugi, though, able to get Soki down and is looking around trying to get that finish off. Not going to happen, though. Does not have the angle.
And they're trying to kind of take some space here, kind of counter pressuring. They're slowly clearing this out. The bomb is down. They're going to have to make a move forward. They actually threw an instant on it. I think they might need to move before it gets kind of re-pressured here. Hoppies finds picks, though. That might make things a little bit easier for them as he gets on the bomb. What is the coverage here on him now? No one. They got him on the other side. Cool. Tried to make it happen with the pistol on Tasaka. Couldn't do it. So another round here for Homie Squad. We were talking upset going in, but this is already looking clean for them. They got the bomb down, so a little bit of extra cash in the pocket, but the round is what they really wanted to run away with.
Oh, look at this play. This is beautiful. Getting that good push. Stays alive. Oh, excellent. That's the kind of playmaking that you want to see. That's the confidence that you're talking about in shooters. If you're making plays like that, you know that they are confident going in and they are ready to make those big-time, game-changing pushes that is just vital for winning big 10Ks and major matches like this against some of the best. So, like you already said, being up 2-0 here, it's looking pretty easy for him.
So far, and I think Soka has been impressing. As I mentioned, we said earlier when we were watching him on a previous team, we said he was a kind of a player to keep an eye on. You could already see him playing that kind of deep off angle on that far side, making him again kind of be conscious. And playing conscious has already been working for him. That's 2 rounds, I think, kind of in a row that they've been able to do great pressure with that Rugi. That is unfortunate. I don't think they're going to end up getting anything out of it unless they really run it down. There was already a cross angle, but they misjudged the Halo drones, so they're going to trade out 2 here, though. Big on that fantastic push there. Finishes off 1, downs the second. They're instant out from this, but they still can't go for the res, and it is only
got
Rugi
the res.
left. Spent running away. They do actually get it. It's just, Fank and Rugi now, but Fank goes down. It is once again only Rugi left with only 10 HP. That is everybody fallen. Soka, I said it, got to keep eyes on him, and they clearly got to pay attention. That's 8 elims for the Dallas, playing that deep off angle, consistently applying that pressure.
look at Rugi over there. 4 downs by him alone. His teammates really got to step it up here and help him out. They only got 1 apiece, and meanwhile, it is just all the cash in the favor of Homie Squad, looking so darn good off the bat. I think I predicted this, that the very beginning is really going to dictate what we see from these two teams. I don't believe that Gaming Gorillas is going to roll over. This is definitely going to be a much closer match, and it's going to be beautiful. Rugi getting the headshot dink right away. He's going to say, no, thank you. Not going to peek that one.
Gotta keep, again, make them play scared. Put on that pressure. They got to do that from either way. Gucci disengaging cool is finally being able to kind of walk back in toward that big garage. It seems like they might have been actually misreading. Maybe a bit of a fake from them on that low ground. They drop the bomb because Fank gets caught in the rotation. He was the bomb carrier. And now if they have that under the control, it's going to be so much harder for them to go in. Cool trying to make a fight happen, but over forcing it. Hoppies and Gucci are there. Gucci finds a second one with Rugi getting wiped out. And what just a powerful defense from them. That's a 4-0 so far. So clean for them at this moment. Just with great crossfire. We talked about how trading was important on map number 1 of the last set we watched here. It's clearly showing here in map number 2. The team with the better trades is the team that's winning.
Well, you know, it really will come down to, you know, what are we going to be able to see from Gaming Gorillas on the other side? What are they going to be able to bring out? Who plays this side better is ultimately what it's going to be like. But right now, the start is just beautiful. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Homie Squad doing this just right, getting the right intel, seeing where they need to put their numbers. They put 3 on the left. Going to get that coming through. See the X-rays. Know exactly where they're coming from. Pixie going to try to see what he can do to make a move. He's playing safe, though. Playing real safe. Not taking too much damage. Fank almost goes down. He is really hurting over there. He's going to try to get the heck out of Dodge, get back to his team. They're making moves towards the mid. Rugi's there waiting for him to help him out, and there we go. Billiams, though, lands a huge pick.
That was a trip mine on the players that tried to push for it. That cannot feel good, especially when that's your bomb. Players have to move out to get that bomb, and they're going to get it planted now, but they had to give up a player for it, and still, 4 strong, stand the members of the Homie Squad, Alex.
Yeah, this is going to be big right here. I mean, that is just a real big mistake to make. Saka does get a pick on to Rugi. Excellent shots by Fank. Fank's going to try to make something happen here, and he does! He gets the dub! Oh, man, that was a beautiful little play out of him, but that's just not going to be enough. But that was fancy.
He was styling near the end, but I guess style ends up more or less having no substance. You can't win the round off of it. They still get that defuse near the end. It was still a sick play by Fank, and this is what I mean by sometimes you gotta feel like you're the best player in the server to pull off stuff like this, but they get all downs and everyone else just gets picked up. They have the reses to just end up still standing on the other side. Even with that, I mean, it's gonna feel good in the moment. Maybe it'll help him in the next duel he has if he is kind of getting that ego boost a little bit, but 5-0 is tough to get an ego boost on the other end of, right? You are getting kind of dominated in this back and forth in this neutral game.
Yeah.
They are just not able to really find a way in. They're getting the bomb down consistently, but they're sacrificing so much to do it that the post plants are always going Homie Squad's way.
I'm pretty sure Cool probably should have been downed right there. That was just a lot of shots immediately on him. That would have been a huge mistake.
Goodness.
Oh, Billiams lands another?
Trip mine kill. Once more.
What are these placements, man?
I don't know what to tell. They keep walking in. I don't know what to tell you. I think they might be getting a little overzealous. They just want to take space that they aren't necessarily checking, and they just got utiled on. They just got utiled on. They just walked into util. They walked into trip mines. They walked into nades. They walked into a gun, watching one tight angle. Difficult for them, and now they are looking at a potential complete 0 on that half, and will need to play a flawless defense if they want to turn this around. I mean, why not keep stacking up top, right? It's working, even when they manage to get in and plant on low.
Sure. Yeah, and is it what I said earlier? Is this what they're doing? Is they're just looking past Homie Squad completely, because it doesn't look like they're prepared at all. They're not really playing the same way that we've seen previously. Oh, man. Big pickup here, though. See if Billiams can get that third one in a row. He does have a good placement on the left side. Here we go. We see one. No, it gets taken down. Oh, man. They knew that it was going to be there. Cool does not get picked up. Wait a minute.
Oh my god. Listen, 90s, I think you're right. They're looking past Homie Squad, and they're looking right past every trip mine that they see on the way, because they're just walking into every single one. How much you want to bet this one is going to find someone else as he starts the defuse? I wouldn't be shocked. The Incen forcing him off for now. Cannot continue that defuse. They're going to play to take down Rugi instead. And it's all on Pix to clutch this. He gets 3. He gets them all. What a turnaround. That was exactly what they needed to get one round on their attacking half. But when you have to do that to win one round,
good lord,
that's not sustainable, Alex.
I need to see that again. Pix just killed everyone on the map. The man just went off to give them that one round that could really make all of the difference. That was beautiful. Pix, you beautiful man. That was just exciting to see that kind of play come out when he needed it the most. But, yeah, let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about Cool getting taken down twice by Billiams' trap. Just not even looking around for it. What is happening there?
I don't know. It's 3P blindness. You know, I'm always the kind of player that wants to turn off any model that I see, right? If I have my gun on screen, I want it to be gone because I know I'm holding the gun. It's not going to change anything. Maybe his model was in the way every time he pushed.
Oh,
hard to say, but Pix, I mean, what a clutch by him near the end. I mean,
go.
1 versus 3, Mo's down
2,
2, holding that master
3,
KA30,
4.
getting everybody. And pretty sure that was his Incen, by the way, that pushed him off the bomb. So doing basically everything in that round for them. Billiams trying to maintain that trap takedown, I think, here by switching to the Ronin, using the ballistic instead maybe to find them here. But they have to have a perfect defense, more or less. They can give 1 round to get to overtime at best. And it's going to be tougher for not to see Homie Squad at least get 1.
Here we go. Going to push through the smoke. Billiams, he's set up. He gets the heck out of there, though. He's like, nah, I put it down, and I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to live. There we go. That is much better. Billiams keeping his life. This is looking excellent for them. They could really make something happen. This could be a big win. This one win right here could make all the difference. Huge opportunity. Big Gooch gets the pickup onto Rugi. Fank takes down Soka. And now the movement from Pix. He's going to try to make this flank over here onto Billiams. Hoppies is ready for him, though. He gets shots right away. That was a dink. Oh, but the shots come in. Pix, he's able to get some great damage down as well.
And they cannot stop the defuse in time. It was so close in the end. You saw Hoppies just desperately trying to peek near the very end. They're going to get the defuse. They could not stop the diffuser with the way that they timed it there. Hoppies desperately trying what he could. But that's a round that, again, they really needed. And they have to continue it. Defense playing that phenomenally near the end, the way that they knew they had time. I mean, if you're defusing when the round ends, it's not over. They can play their time as long as they want to, as long as they have someone there near the end. Homie Squad almost had it with Hoppies' positioning, trying to stop him, hit him twice, got him down to 55. Just could not finish.
Yeah, defense looking much weaker out of Homie Squad than what we saw over on Gaming Gorillas. But, hey, they've got plenty of rounds left to go here, but we're just really hoping that there's no triple. You know, you don't want to land on these mines, man. Come on, that's just a mistake you can't have happen.
All right, and now will they walk into this mine? I mean, we saw where they were. Also, Fank playing the Soka angle, same one that we saw him on last time. After getting multiple downs with these trip mines, there's no way they run into small garage and die to the trip mines, right? There's like no way.
Right?
I say
right?
hopeful.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm willing it into existence now as much as I can, but it seems like I have actually done exactly that because they're going completely on the other side of the map. Like I said, this is kind of the pivot that teams have been doing strategically. They got a bomb plant last time. We'll see if they can get anything more with Gucci watching this cross.
Oh.
Okay, that's a way to start.
Here we go. The initial push. Picks. Going to pick one up onto Billiams. Soka answers back with the trade. Now we got a 2-on-3. Great shots being put down by Rugi. Rugi only with 2 health still. And the challenge came out of Soka there. Cool picks up Billiams. And we are going to see still a 3-on-2 here. Just watching the Dallas. Soka trying to make something happen with this flank. He's got a good opportunity here. He can't see what we see. But he could have made that push there and done some massive damage. Soka able to get the kill onto Cool. One guy left. And he is currently very weak. Not able to do much of anything. Rugi, 3-on-1. Not going to happen.
And the fact that they had a great advantage they could play, Rugi and Cool, if they had been able to play that bomb down that they had, I think that was a totally winnable round for them. The fact that they couldn't protect it, once they actually managed to find that pick, they could not stop it whatsoever. Made things so difficult for them. I think we'll see that initial knife down. What a throw by Billiams, getting it right on top, shooting it before Fank has a chance to react. I said he was swapping to get kills with traps again. That one's a little more direct maybe than I was expecting to see, but clearly still finding great utility out of that. Billiams has been so on point with all of his gadget usage, ability usage in this case, so far on Favelas. I expect to see it continue throughout this set, and I think it's been a big part of what's gotten them to this 7-2 lead as they now look to take the big garage and make a move on B site.
Been a little slow here, just watching the angles. Got the smoke down. Billiams going to try to make his way in. Billiams, he knows. He knows. Soka going to get the pick onto Cool. Trying to land a cheeky little knife through the window. Keeping his health here. Not going to be able to push just yet. Trying to time it. Trying to see if he can bait out any positions here. He knows there's one in there, possibly 2. And just trying to make this peek happen. Picks ready for it. Got a possible triple team happening any point now. Soka hiding on the right. And we're going to flip through and just check out what kind of stalemate we got going on here. This is really getting down to the wire. 40 seconds left. They've got to make a move. Billiams making his way towards the middle lane. And here we go. There is going to be a push with 30 seconds left.
It actually, I think it was a fake. He went down, showed himself, and then rolled back, and now they're going to try to run into contest, but do they have the angles set up to protect him? It looks like they don't need it. Hoppies will do it himself even after planting that bomb, but that's still 2 downs to make it 3 downs for Gaming Gorillas. Billiams so low, they actually managed to get the pick up on him. He tries to push, and it's only Gucci that can turn this around for his team. He finds the first, rolls away, 62 HP, trying to dual picks, and he'll get it, and he'll knock Gaming Gorillas off of this map. What a round. What a game by the homie squad. Again, we're talking underdogs coming in, but clearly they way overperformed that one.
I'm willing it into existence. You tried to do that. It worked for you. Now I'm going to. I want to see this big upset. I want to see them go all the way and take the dub. Like, let's see them into tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know, let's get one of these underdogs. Everybody likes an underdog story. I absolutely adore one. And I want to see it happen. What I'm witnessing right now is just perfect gameplay. That was great Roco out of Homie Squad.
Yeah, just the way that they were playing, like, legitimate strategies properly, I think. That's something that we don't see from every team all the time, and they were actually managing to make it work. Some of the changes that they've had to Homie Squad's roster, clearly, specifically Gucci, moving into it, I think didn't play with them previously, has been kind of playing some of these lower cash price tournaments, now making a name here with Homie Squad and clearly making his name known with the rest of his team. Him and Soka, who also moving into the roster from Beefy Buffalo that he was playing on in previous weeks with some names you might recognize, like Who's Dat and Nemes. This is just kind of a shift of the roster happening a little bit later on, and seems to be paying off for them with map 1 done at the very least. But respawns are very different. It comes down to a lot of kind of more chaotic fights sometimes, and it seems like they were able to keep it close on Gaming Gorillas. You saw Fank's crazy play. You saw picks there. If it's more fights like that, that might lean more towards the Gorillas.
Yeah, that was just exciting play out of Pix. I mean, he landed every single shot he needed to in the clutch, was able to just make something big happen out of nothing. But if you're having to rely on that to win a series, there's no chance in hell. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to have more consistent play. And dying 3 times in a row to the traps, man, that's just not – that doesn't spell good for the future.
Yeah, maybe, again, like you said, they're looking forward past, and we think that only matters in bracket, but it also matters for the ground at their feet, and if there is a trip mine immediately there. King of the Hill, though, again, respawns. It's going to get a little more chaotic, especially since we're on a map that's a little bit fresher in everyone's minds. Palace, one of the newer additions, now moved into the rotation, I believe, a little bit earlier this month. We'll get to see that here. My first time actually able to cast it, because I have been here for the last couple weeks, so I'm excited to bring that one to you. Seemed interesting from the little bit I've been able to catch of it in some of the previous weeks. So again, I expect definitely a little bit more chaos and maybe bans, honestly, to stay kind of similar. Vi might be more likely to move in maybe over the glitch, but Runway and Vi would make a little bit of sense to me.
If it makes sense to you, Kresnik, it makes sense to me. Okay.
I'm not the final authority on Rogue Company. let's just be clear about that. If Rome's here and he says that, trust him. For me, I'm just the trend follower guy. Everyone's banning Runway and Vi, might as well. Everyone's jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Hey,
that's what I was always told as a kid. Apparently, that's just me now. I'm just the trend following guy.
So it's cool to jump. Oh. Well, okay.
Oh no! Let's not say that one in a public space. Runway. It's cool to ban Runway and Vi. Let's leave it at that. Corner pressure and util dump. All, I think, stuff that you should be worried about. Glitch maybe can sneak by on the respawn modes a little bit more.
Yeah. I got you. So you're not the innovator. You're not the idea guy. You're not the meta.
The innovators are in the lower bracket.
I like that. I do. I think that's exactly what I've been harping on, isn't it? That, it's you just want to bring the game that you know to today's competition. Do not try to get too special. Don't try to make anything up. Just go with your game. Go with your gut, and you'll come out on top. Strikeout, obviously, going to be the wrench in it. I can't wait for that Breach game. I think it's going to be one of the most exciting ones. Can Homie Squad get this 3-0 sweep on the Gaming Gorillas? Oh my gosh.
Well, not anymore, because you've just cleanly caster cursed them. I mean, I think it's doable for them. Obviously, after that demo performance, we saw Cordiality, barely squeak out a win on Lockdown and then look dominant on the respawn. But Gaming Gorillas, again, in these best of 5 formats, if you're a respawn team, you are favored. It's 3 respawns straight in a row. You can lose the demo and then immediately go there. It's just like what I said in set number 1 today. This first round, this first respawn in particular, is going to be so important for the mental of the Gorillas. Coming in against a lower seeded team, losing map number 1 doesn't even feel close in a lot of those rounds. You're walking on trip mines half the time. Whoa. You're really going to want to win this respawn to feel more confident in that, all right, we are this team that made it to finals in week 1. We can play to that level.
Palace having some really open lanes for some sniping, maybe some really clutch shots that we were seeing, from Pix. Maybe he's just able to really just dominate in this game number 2. I think they're going to be a little mad about what just happened to them because they had no chance at all at coming into that game number 1 and able to just do anything. I didn't see at all a time where they had any power or type of control, and it was pretty demoralizing for Gaming Gorillas. So I'd like to see Pix come up hot with his montage the montage clips we've seen from him in the past.
Yeah, now I want to mention this real quick. In montage clips, we're talking now. You're talking snipers. I expect to see both those. I mean, that kind of goes together hand in hand.
You're right.
I mentioned Runway getting banned. She has a sniper. Do you expect maybe some of those more kind of long-range control rogues being a little bit more of a focus. Maybe we'll see Fixer taken out, maybe Phantom, because we know they have that kind of sniper category for themselves. Do you expect
you're
them
saying
to go
ban?
too?
You're saying that they'll ban them? No. You don't ever want to ban. I don't think
Maybe
that's smart.
Fixer was comfortably in that section for quite a while. If we want to really play those long angles, he has a DMR. He has the DMR category too. Obviously, was using the Deadeye for a while. Mamba now seems to be when everyone's kind of leaning on because it is very lethal. Would be shocked to see it if that is kind of the way to go. Runway, I think that's actually the only one we have officially confirmed already. She's got the sniper. She's got the util reload again. We're going to see her banned, I think, pretty much from start to finish today, and probably close to that tomorrow.
Yeah, that makes much more sense. I mean, think about it. You just pressing a button. Sniping, a little bit different, and that's what you want to keep in the enemy team's hands is that you want to hand them that pressure. You don't want to allow them to just, have the character that just makes it much easier to move on the map, much easier to use your abilities. You want to make sure that you're giving them a harder chance. So taking away, the ability to snipe just really doesn't do it for me, regardless of the map. It doesn't really even, if it's a big sniping map and you could get shut down if there's just a ridiculous sniper. I mean, it just doesn't make sense in the long run for me. It's not a good strategy to uphold.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I know that they're not going to go that way. Lancer was the second ban as we head right into Palace map number 2. What can Homie Squad do if they can maintain this push? Can Gaming Gorillas strike back? Are they a team that will kind of thrive in this more chaotic environment? They were able to pull out some crazy multi-kills, but you can't do that all game unless they just feel comfortable here on Palace map number 2. Gorillas desperately trying to stay in this upper bracket, trying to play into their higher seed that they had previously. Lancer, again, like I said, will be the ban from Gaming Gorillas, so they want to get rid of some of that kind of crazy clutch potential chaotic fights from them. Vi will be locked in from both sides, I think to the surprise of nobody, but I'm talking Phantom earlier, you're talking snipers. We're seeing Phantom locked in from Gaming Gorillas.
Yeah, I'm liking to see the comp right now. So they've got a good one setting up. Pretty much isn't that the same from last game? Or no, I'm sorry. Billiams wasn't on Vi. I don't believe.
It didn't have the Scorch or the Dallas, I think, either. Well, they had Dallas in the cross angle, but the Scorch definitely a little bit fresh here for them. Makes a lot of sense for Strikeout, I think. Just having Incense is good, especially when you have a Dahlia to pair with it. That's 2 players that are immune to the fire that could be potentially layering up on the objective here as we roll out of the plane for this first fight. Hill A going to be the first one they contest over, of course, as expected, but kind of taking a bit of space. You can already see Soka trying to take this cross angle, using that reveal to get some intel on their team, but a very vertical map in a lot of ways when you can play on these high grounds above them, and when you don't watch these cross angles. That's 2 Mamba downs right away from the members of Homie Squad, even as they get traded out by Rugi, who's playing on point, but they end up on the better end of this fight so far. Cool, obviously, trading 2 more back immediately as well. He's getting cap time. Soka does not want to push to stop at this time that he's getting. He's going to let Cool fully reheal, and now he's completely surrounded. He's already taken kind of a backwards angle on the site, but Soka trying to run away from the fight they were in initially, gets down by the sniper, even with Gucci trading it back. So scrap time may be denied for a little bit. No, they still have 1 player kind of holding close by as they have to set up for B. You can already see 1 member of the Gaming Gorillas kind of holding strong in that area as the rest of them kind of give it up. They know that they can't hold it anymore. Hoppies is caught in by an Incend. Does he have any support from behind? Soka cannot find the shot onto Cool. Still have duel going on over here. Rugi might be getting sandwiched between Hoppies and Soka rather soon. Can he win this one? Nope. No way. That one will end up working out for him. Has a great angle on this cross. He's already picked up so many players that have tried to make this rotation happen. Spends that nano smoke early, so no one really wants to push it, but he's going to rotate to try to catch them. He sees that his team is not having a great time on this point. The Mambas are biting, and their venom is lethal. LR15, though, maybe not hitting the same way that they wanted it to. Soka ducks under that shot. Only 9 HP left on Pix as he gets caught out here from the great angle by Soka. But again, The Mambas from Cool hitting just as well. Still don't have the objective held down now. Soka spots out Fank. Where is Cool in relation to them? Is he waiting on a side angle? Is he looking to get this? Soka now trying to give this space up. Get a bit of a crossfire here, maybe, but they're going to actually get the rest of the scrap time on this, and they're going to move to Hill C as quickly as they can, or at least maybe catch some of the early rotations. Cool's positioning is going to be very crucial for this, but his foot pops out at the last second, so they know that he's there. They get him down to about 40 health, but not able to finish it up quickly. Fank will fall. It's a 1-for-1 so far, also giving Soka the reset on his reveal. Trying to push Cool out. He has effectively wall hacks on his side. Cool taking quite a bit of damage. He is just getting the better end of this, and Cool not getting anywhere near as much damage as he would have liked. This fight with Fank now going to be the one that really changes, I think, the pace of how this fight goes. He's forced out, but now everything's coming up, homies. All these kills in their direction as they hold strong on this hill. Everyone stuck in one side of the respawn, with Soka taking another off angle immediately. Not going to take the high ground, but is going to try to get in their way, but just so many guns trained in there. Can get someone low, but can't actually finish them off. Now, Hill being contested. No great hold from up top, actually, is Billiams. Great ears, I guess, by Pix to really find that. But Pix can't find the angle that I think he wants over there. Trying to climb to the high ground, almost falling right off the map. That would have been a interesting thing to have caught on stream. Probably unfortunate for him. Sure, that'd be clipped to high hill and back. 1-for-1 so far on the point. Rookie, though, is the one who gets finished off with Hoppy's. Maybe, Hoppy's chosen to take the respawn instead as the time continues to rack up for the members of Homie Squad. Things are close going into this D hill, but Rookie's going to be the one to maybe get on it first. You can see Gorillas had that position pretty firmly in their favor, but it seems like there's a fairly easy way to get a contest over on that left side if they choose to go further enough in that direction. Aggressive play from Hoppy's trying to go in, but just getting hit from the cross angle. That is cover fire. That is good teamwork from them. They're going to have to wait for the respawns. Our Homie Squad with Cool finding another one with almost no HP left. That gives him a reset again. The potential snowball pressure is huge here as he gets forced in by Pix. What a shot by him as well. Still holding this one, and they are just running out of time. Our Homie Squad to get in here. It's only 38 seconds left on the timer. Could go all the way here. You can see that they're kind of playing this rotation off angles, and Pix with another one. Absolutely lethal. He's being forced back, but this Phantom is already paying dividends, Alex.
Pix, disgusting montage clips that I was mentioning. Exactly what I wanted to see from this man. He is going off right now, about to take round number 1. 13 seconds left in this final. Oh my God, that was just. Woo. Yeah, he's killing it, man.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. He is crushing right now. The way he's peeking out with these shots here. So we get now down into sudden death. Watch that replay for a little bit, but now it's just Billiams hanging on. He's getting some extra HP, I think, on this, but they're just going to push him at the same time. He's going to just try to live here as long as he can. Rugi coming in to burn him down, and an immediate strike back after a difficult demolition. Gaming Gorillas on the board first.
Yeah, and you got to see that, right? Like after that loss, that big, statement that Homie Squad just made, you don't want to let them keep rolling with that. You got to stop them here, and this is exactly what they just did with Pix hitting those very big shots. I mean, what can you do when someone's, on fire like that? You really can't do much. I mean, he was like practically no health at one point. I mean, he was like 1 or 2 HP. He turns a corner, somebody's locked already on him and about to shoot and press the trigger, but he gets the quick scope in too fast, rips off the guy's head. That's just unbelievable ability. Gotta love what Pix has been doing. If he can keep that up, that's just going to be ridiculous, and Homie Squad will be in a tough spot. Fank going to be able to pick up one, gets the second, and turns around and lands some good shots. Oh, my God, Billiams. Oh, almost is downed, but some good positioning here on the middle lane. Going to get some time, and Homie Squad looking to come back into this one tied up.
It seems like once one team has control of the site, it is just exceptionally difficult for the other team to kind of dislodge them from the hill. They are just really struggling to find a way in. There's a lot of different cross angles you can take. And when you walk in like that with only a sniper covering you, you're not really going to be able to do too much with it. Pix now trying to find more, make more magic with the LR-15. Not going to hit exactly the same way this time. But even giving this up, getting this last bit of scrap time, are they already going to be set up for B hill? No, they're not, and Rookie's actually holding to stop their rotation, potentially perfect timing there. Billiams knocks low and forced back. He's going to push his own instant, going to find that down. Hoppies with an immediate response. After that pick, I mean, they got to hope to move in quickly, but Hoppies should be back in position before it really matters. And again, the teams with the hill are just covering this space so effectively. Pix is watching this angle, and he has been clearly hitting everything on the people that are trying to cross.
If that nade was just 2 inches closer. Oh, but he makes up for another one. There we go. On to Cool. Takes him down. Great pick on that one. Soka gets the pick, and Fank going to be able to take him down for the trade. But Pix is able to get a nice aggressive play in that 1v1. Wins the individual piv. Almost lands that shot through. Gets a second onto Billiams. Make that 2. Woo! He is killing it.
Brutal. He is. What do you do against a player that's hitting shots like that? Other than lose. I mean, if he's hitting things like that, that gun just wins every engagement if it hits your head first. You have to overwhelm him. Normally, I know sometimes in some games in the past when we play against snipers, we say, well, he can't kill all of us. Apparently, that's not true right now, because Pix can apparently take down anybody that goes to threaten him. But while that replay was up, they managed to flip this one. Homie squad in control once again. Looks like Pix maybe isn't there quite yet. We'll see how things change once the LR15 quick scopes are back in full effect.
That's the beauty of objective if it's not demo. If it's demo and the sniper's just picking everybody off ridiculously, that's another story. But since it's respawn, you know, you definitely have a lot more chances in objective play, and they're able to make it happen. Like, look at this. Still close game, even though he's been pulling off the most ridiculous plays. So, great job at Homie Squad. They're not letting it demoralize them.
Yeah, for sure. They're still managing to kind of hold on and keep it close, and they've kept it to a point where this final hill will kind of be the decider. Pix picking up an SMG and then running down Soka. It is 1-for-1 courtesy of the Insen, but things are still getting kept very close, and I'm not sure if they have that D-hill control just yet. Gucci is sent very low, and all these Insens are going to make him feel very uncomfortable. With Billiams now falling again, all these gunfights are just going towards Gaming Gorillas. They are just ending up hitting shots better than they are, and now Cool kind of holding this close by. I don't want to call it a wrap position because I think it's just a normal place to be, but it helps them wipe out anyone trying to rotate in. They are maintaining control, and Billiams is desperate to flip it once more.
Good pushes out of both teams, but we have got the points. Oh my God, there we go.
Okay.
That's a big double there by Pix. The shot goes right through the foot and is able to hit both players. Beautiful play out of Pix. Pix, man, these players are just lining up for him.
Listen, I know I say you got to take trades 2v1, but maybe not into the Phantom. Maybe not so close. The conga line isn't necessarily as important for them here. Pix flying around the corner, and Hoppy's caught utility in hand, doesn't want to fight him. They're even going to waste the nade on him, and he's buying so much time. Look at this time that he's buying, and it still ends up losing both of them. And this whole time, the point's been racking up. It's 133-64 with only 14 seconds left. They have to get on the point and not lose it for a single moment once they get it, but actually getting in is going to be the hard part. Rookie has a great position, but Soka makes it possible for them. Soka actually manages to get the contest in time, but walks right into the Insen, and if he gives up his life shortly, there's going to be no chance. They're trying to get the res, but Cool's watching it. They just give it up, and they're going to Insen this cover. How long can Gucci live? Not long at all. That will close out this map in Gaming Gorillas. I said they needed this map, and they seemed to agree because they closed that one out fast.
Forget everything I just said. Forget it all. Ban Phantom.
Okay.
Forget Runway. Forget Lancer. Just forget everything I just said. Throw it out the window. Get Pix off of that rogue. You do not want him playing with that. That was just unreal ability out of him, and it was just beautiful to see. Exactly what I wanted to happen, and yeah, you're right. I did caster curse him. I caster cursed Homie Squad bad.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You can't even really ban Phantom because of masteries, right? I mean, if you have level 10 on the LR15, they ban Phantom and Runaway, just play Fixer. Pull out that sniper instead. Yeah. I mean, you have options now. Pix, though, I mean, we can't harp on it too much, but, man, what do you do against someone that's hitting shots like this? When you get one shot by like that, I mean, it's why people play it in pubs, right? It's why people just lock Phantom or lock Snipers in pubs, because they want to play like this. They know that if they pop off, they will control the game, and that's what Pix did. I mean, I gotta say, I don't want to talk about Pix the whole time. I want to mention Cool's off angles and the positions that he was playing as well. There was a lot of very, I think, clutch moments for him where Pix was getting a lot of these kills when his team was kind of commanding the objective already, but Cool was getting a lot of picks in very crucial transitional periods that no one else was. They were constantly getting caught out, and it really denied their chances. This is specifically one. This was going to be the most important hill. They had control on it already, and Cool just splits their team in two and finds 2 kills.
Yeah, those initial pushes, you do not ever want to underestimate how big that is for the game. Yes, Pix is making it look easy, but there are 3 other players on the team, and they were doing all the real big, heavy lifting. Like you said, Pix is able to do that stuff because of what they are doing to control the map. Yep. He can't just run out there and make the initial pushes and quick scope everybody. That's not going to happen. That's not realistic at this level of play. He's able to do that because of what his team was doing, and they win the objective game because of that play, that being aggressive on the middle hills like that, getting the D hill, making sure to rotate properly, getting set up with enough time remaining. All of that had nothing to do with Pix's shot. So you're very spot on there. But, hey, still made for a great montage. Oh,
yeah, I'm sure. And we made it for him. That's what the replays were there. As we head into map number 3, I kind of almost expect to see it continuing, maybe, if he wants to play that. I think you can do it on this map when you're hitting quickscopes like that. But Lancer Runway still banned, and they banned so quick because they wanted to get into the game so quick. Map number 3, Breach, again, right ahead of us. We're back to Strikeout. We haven't seen either of these teams play Strikeout in at least a month if they played in the last main event. So this is going to be another good look at their first attempt at it with masteries in the Runway update, all these changes that have come in, plus a map that we don't see on Strikeout quite as much. Breach, fresher to the game. Some of these teams, again, maybe not as trained on it as some of these others, to the point where they're keeping their bans fairly similar. But the picks are going to differ. You can see Soka holding that glitch already. No Phantom this time, unfortunately. I wanted to see it. I understand that it's not really the place for it, unless you're busting out the Nightshade.
No, Palace just really, yeah, Palace is really where you want to see that, and that's where I consistently see Pix be able to make that kind of thing happen. I don't really ever see him whip that out and just start doing it on any other map. I think it's just consistently been Palace from what I've seen as I've been observing for the past few months. But yeah, I'm hearing that Pix is the greatest of all the Phantoms out there. He's that guy.
And not everyone's that guy. He's that guy.
You're not that guy, pal.
He's not. But he is. He is that guy. Unfortunately, I'm not. I mean, put an $15 in my hands, and I'm going 0-13. But not Pix.
Not even a lucky shot. Not even.
It's a down. It's not a limb. That's the problem. That's it. Yeah. You got to understand. I'm talking actual finished limbs here, as Pix was doing on the previous mode, and
I was actually here,
especially with the Kestrel and Ann. Kestrel's a fragger.
I was actually about to ask you, hey, you want to play sometime? But I think I changed my mind.
No, it's fine. I understand. Listen, take me in a hero shooter, but here I play to understand, but I don't unfortunately seem to play to succeed, at least in my experience. And succeeding does not involve standing in fire. That's 2 quick eliminations from an Incen, courtesy of Gaming Gorillas. Cool holding up top. That off angle not paying off this time, as Soka sets up his team maybe to go in and take this A-hill positioning, but they are set up in great spots, and they Incen the doorway.
Good movement right now. Soka using his teammates very well, able to push up, land some excellent shots onto Pix there. Pix goes down instantaneously. I don't even think he got any help from his team there. There was no team shot, just him landing the dinks across the map. But here we go, back and forth, and the score is just staying the same. I like this contest that we see. Fank gets the pick onto Billiams. Billiams going down a little too quick in this one. There wasn't much of a fight here. He goes down. Cool going to get the shot off the Big Gooch. Soka goes down as well. Hoppies, and there we go. The rotation has got to come out.
And Williams is trading a lot of these right now, but they still don't have the point. They haven't this entire time. That slow drain on your resources, it adds up. They need to actually be able to break in, but losing the first one makes it so difficult. And again, Williams, another down. He is just connecting on anybody, really trying to threaten him. Fank, though, finding Hoppies and Soka. Williams has to be like, I'm doing it all, guys. What's up? Can you guys not make it in? Can you not flip it? They flip it for one moment, but again, staying in their control. And now Williams will fall. That's 3 down immediately, and that's the first permadeath of this strikeout. And Gaming Gorilla is just looking clean so far.
Yeah, what we're witnessing right now is the total flip on momentum. We saw it, game number 2, there was a little bit of a stagnant period. And then the win finally is reached. Picks just shut people down. The team play was there. There was great strategy involved in Gaming Gorillas. And now with game number 3 starting, this is a whole different ball game. Boom. Wow. Round number 1 looking too darn easy. 0. We got a goose egg from Big Gooch and Hoppies. They got 0 downs apiece.
And that's just, I think it makes sense. We were watching them. They were kind of the players trying to do the entry in to start contesting, and there was just too many guns trained on them to really make that work. They were doing their best, but just literally couldn't break in.
Kresnik?
What?
Was that it, Kresnik? Was it that they were just getting double teamed too hard, or were they feeling the heat? I think they're feeling the heat right now.
It is a common thing for teams that get upsets, right? If you upset map number 1, and then you guys get up and celebrate, you're like, yeah, like you won the game, and then all that adrenaline goes away, and you don't have it to really maintain with you. Maybe that's what's happening, but they're still winning some of these gunfights. It's not the ones that mattered in that moment, but the ones that mattered in this current moment seem to be leaning to them at least a little bit. And that's 2 pickups immediately, and the site is in their control. But they lose Soka. He's been a big difference maker for them, and the rest of them, Williams, I think especially, has to start picking up in this round. He was another strong player in round number 1, keeping them in the game, but it's immediately evened out from very patient play coming out from Gorillas.
I love seeing those dings from Cool. Cool just having such a good shot. I remember he was such a great aimer, pure aimer in Paladins. And he's bringing it over here. There we go. Taking down Soka. Rugi with the kill onto Big Gooch. And they're hanging in here a little bit better on this go-around. Homie squad having a much better round here. Hoppies with a good nade onto Fank. A little bit of a trade there. Pix gets one as well. And 12-8 here. 20 seconds remaining before the rotation. Little push here from Soka. Going to try to get this clean up. That player goes down, though. Williams gets a kill onto Fank. And Soka just trying to make this move here. He knows there's one player still remaining in here. Waits for his teammate to get the shots and then moves in. And that's something Soka has been very good at, staying consistent.
Yeah, Soka has been a hero so far in this round for them, but one Incen will force him out. Incen, the Incens in general, now that you can run any rifle on the characters that have them, we are seeing them so much more that we're able to just put the KA-30 on whoever we want and win gunfights that way effectively. Soka is doing so much for their team, but again, the rest of the team is just losing some of these later fights for them. But they have control of the point right now. Homie squad are still holding on, but Hoppies falls to the player that's holding close. Rugi does manage to find that one. There's 2 players trying to push it right now. What a shot onto Soka. It's traded, but the site might end up flipping, and there's no respawns left for the Homie squad.
I'm seeing too many times where Homie squad is just letting Gaming Gorillas dominate them with the incendiaries, just sitting on the point. It's like, you got to go through the point, get the kills, don't let them bait you out like that. Make sure to get those downs and the elims first. Don't go for the objective. Make sure that you are pushing through the fire, because they're just sitting in fire at a lot of these moments, and that's what's making it just too darn easy for the Gorillas.
Yeah, the fact that they're the way you have to hold that site in particular, I think, made it very tough to live through Incens, because one Incen just forces you off the angle. I mean, you can't stay. You have no choice.
Exactly.
You have to leave, or you just burn. And they got pushed out into all these waiting sight lines because everyone was sitting patiently. That one is kind of, you have to choose a teammate to throw to the wolves to really get that flip, and it's part of what got Homie Squad their chance to strike back when they were finding the players that were standing on the site. But then the players that ran in, the players that were watching weren't able to watch the flanks, and they were just melted through.
Right, this is a tough moment right now for Homie Squad. They are going to need to reach a new level here, start taking down Gorillas in a much more dominant fashion, because Gorillas are awoken. They must have been asleep or something in that first map, because they look like an entirely different roster of players. Hoppy comes in, gets Rugi down. That was a good play by him. He's not going to live, though. Fank able to take him out, no problemo. Still pretty tight here. Getting some crucial hits in. Big Gooch gets cooled down. That's going to be massive. Here comes Soka on the long flank. He's going to find Cool and outshoots him. Good shots by him. Rugi taking down Big Gooch. Hoppies with a good grenade onto Rugi. We were watching another bit of the flank here. The Big Adventure coming in with his team and getting there just in time. Now they take over the point, and it is 9-9. So this round looking much, much better for Homie Squad. They've just got to close it out. It is not how you start.
Yeah, I think that flank from Soka had to work, or they would not be in the position that they were in right now. But now things are looking a little worse, because they're setting up, and there's an incentive to force out Hoppies, who narrowly escapes with his life. But Gucci got knocked down behind it. He'll be the next to fall, and suddenly everything not there because of, guess what? That same flank around the backside that I think is going to be the real difference maker for this B side here in Strikeout. Already seems to be so far. Rugi with a great kind of offensive angle, stopping the players running up front, but is anyone watching the back? It looks like they actually have two players kind of keeping their eyes on that angle, and Billiams still managing to sneak by them, I think, from that side anyway, winning that gunfight. No, he's actually right up front, but they are just getting all these crossfires on them. They lose one ticket for it, but they do get the flip.
Cool with some big shots coming in. Hoppy's able to finish him off. Still doable. Can make something happen here. The rollout, Rugi going to be able to take down Hoppies, get out of here. Oh, but he is getting team shot hardcore, and he goes down. Billiams with a big cleanup there with Soka. Working together perfectly. Fank able to get a big kill on Billiams. Big grenade out of Big Gooch. And here comes the revive, and that is going to be crucial.
Both teams are going to manage to maintain their full roster of players here. Another trade here. Are they going to be able to finish it off? Halo drones are coming in. Fank is getting pushed back by an Incen, but not dead. And that, I think, is a very important distinction, but everyone else is down. It's only Hoppies now after getting this res, and everyone else will fall. I said it. The respawn teams have an advantage in this, and apparently Gorillas are proving their worth as a respawn team right now. Another very powerful win on a respawn map in a row, off of winning gunfights, off of smart rotations, and guess what? There's another respawn up next. That's a tough look for Homie Squad.
Yeah, it is. This is a really crucial win. You want to go to that demo. You've already showed that you're, a very capable team. Homie Squad can make it happen, but with Gorillas playing the way that they are, cannot see it happening. I said that this was going to be an outstanding game. I loved every moment of this. This was super exciting. Didn't really know what to expect. I don't even think I've played this map and game type yet. Strikeout on Breach just hasn't been in my rotation yet. So I wasn't really... I think I've only seen it a handful of times be played within the competitive Roco, but yeah, that was a very exciting game. Just tons of action across the board, and Gorillas are absolutely playing lights out at the moment. Once they got that first round win on game number 2, it just seems to be all over from there, and I wouldn't be surprised if they even dominate harder in this game number 4.
But listen, maybe we were wrong this whole time, Alex. Maybe Homie Squad are just a favelas team. They have a chance here if that's the case, right? Maybe they just are really good at favelas. It's favelas twice. If that's the case, this is the best map pool they could have asked for, honestly. Favelas Cough, it's one that I think goes a lot of different ways. You have a lot of pressure up top, and you can kind of control multiple hills from that high ground, so it becomes very important to kind of keep holding on to. I will mention really quick, those bans up top, even though they haven't changed, they are still correct. Respawn seems to just kind of keep the same bans going, which means we're going to still see Vi. Probably we're going to see a lot of incens for these objectives that players can get when they respawn. Not as many as maybe we'd see with a runway in the map, but A little bit less for that. Favelas, again, high ground control will be crucial, and these long Lancer flanks now cannot happen.
So they get the win on Favelas, right? And that is basically, okay, so they got the 2 wins in the series on that map alone. Does that mean that they're still a weaker demo team? Are they still a stronger demo team? That would be the question when we go to Windward. And who knows? This is 3-year crafting at this point. We're just making up things. But yeah, I could roll with that. I
will say I do like how you're willing it to existence. You didn't say if we go to Windward. You said when we go to Windward. So you were clearly already. There you go. You're already there. You're just like homies Gorillas in map number 1. You're looking ahead in the bracket, right? You're looking at map number 5, setting up for that demo potentially. Gorillas want to close it out here. They are looking so good on these respawns, and it's like I said, when things broke down on map number 1,
Scorch,
they were able to play it well. That's kind of what changed my inflection a little bit. They changed their ban. Runaway will now be available. And you can't run Scorch to live through the fire that this entire point is going to be engulfed in.
Yeah, Scorch being an absolute must when it comes to the respawn game types. Don't see it too much in demo, but got to have it. And that was just it's going to really switch things up a little bit, make it for more of a back and forth just running match. You really just want to run at the other team now, not having those abilities in your tool set. We're just going to see what the second ban is. Lancers from last game, so we're still waiting. Yeah, like I said,
the Scorch was just one pivot, I think. Just a note. I think the Scorch was just a pivot, I believe.
Oh, we have a Lancer ban.
Should stay. It should stay. It's just one pivot from them. That makes sense, though. Again, it's been banned. Gorillas have banned it the other 2 maps, and they're winning. So why kind of change things up and stick with it? She can.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they could have some intel there. They might know things about Homie Squad, that they love the Lancer, and that just really messes them up when they're a one-trick pony. If you're playing a game like Roco where you just stick to one tactic, other teams are going to pick up on that so fast, and you're going to get punished for it. So I can agree with that. But yeah, Gorillas, it's like a heart versus mind type thing that's messing with me right now. I know what's about to happen. I know what to expect, but I wish Homie Squad could have that ability to just, pull up their bootstraps and make it something big happen. Give us some excitement here.
Only one way to find out, and that's to head right into map number 4. First map 4 of the day. First map 4 I feel like I've cast in a while. A lot of these games kind of earlier in the bracket, a little one-sided. Not this one. Favelas back to where Homie Squad managed to win map number 1, but on the modes that Gaming Gorillas have been dominant on from start to finish effectively. There's moments of brilliance from Homie Squad. Can they find it again on the map where they really got their feet under themselves and managed to completely dominate the members of Gaming Gorillas? Find out here in map number 4. Runway, of course, though. I mean, locked in at one side, hovered on the other. There's no way we're not seeing it. One thing we are seeing that might be a little different than what we've seen before, Soka's on the Dima. Blue's not here today, but he's on the Dima. That's going to be a lot of pressure explosive-wise on the site. I mean, you can regen the frags courtesy of Runway. You're going to have the regenerating Merv launcher. A lot of potential pressure.
Runway with picks. I think we saw that in game number... No, we haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen a picks on Runway, have we? I thought we saw... I thought we saw him on Runway. But, no, we haven't, have we? It's been banned every single game.
It has been banned every single game. You might see it, I think. You might have seen him run it in the... No, it was unbanned earlier. I just don't think they ended up...
This could be exciting then.
In map number 1.
Picks
it will be
on Runway.
She's got a sniper. That tracks, right? It picks.
Looking forward
can hit
to
the shots. You can already see he's got the LR-15 in hand, but not looking for the full body, looking for the headshots, and already looking for someone on the cross. Billiams knocked low immediately, but they're ready to fight this A hill right away. Infinite ammo given to the team, and that reset for them a second. What a shot by Pix. I'm going to say that a million other times before this game is over, so definitely get used to it, as Gucci just wants to get even just a tick, but ends up walking right into a firebomb. And with the spawns flipped, they have to rotate, but they seem aware, and they're on top of it.
Yep. Pix just going to line up those easy shots down the lane, going to totally take it over. Got some good points coming in here. Going to miss a crucial one. Is able to land the stick. Oh, baby. And then Fank and Cool able to clean up the others. That's all 4 dead for Homie Squad. This is already starting to look like it is. Oh, man. This is tragic. Tragic.
That's really unfortunate. I thought that was going to be a double with the Semtex. I'm pretty sure the other player bled out on their own just to save the embarrassment of getting double hit by that. Billiams is running into a lot of different players at once. That is, I think, a little bit of too much bloodlust, I guess, trying to push up that angle. But Gucci gets 2. Is playing a decent spot over here, but is found out from up top. Fank finds 1, cannot get the second. They can't get the res, though, for the other player playing on the high ground. These are just really unfortunate respawns, denying what could have been the first chance for Homie Squad to really get their feet under them.
Good control. Cool. Getting an easy pick and staying alive. They are just a really, really tight-knit group right now, playing like a unit, and it shows all over the kill feed. They are not giving up a single bit. Oh, my God. Beautiful shots right over the top by Cool. He's going to get back into it. We see Fank get taken down finally, a triple team from Hoppy's Big Gooch. Soka, what is Soka doing over there?
He's hitting the Mervs. He's got the lineups. I love to see it. I mean, I just like seeing Dima be successful. He was the first rogue I played in early alpha when Trench and Anvil were literally just Mortal Kombat style recolors of Dima. He's been one of my favorite rogues after seeing the big old green and blue versions of him kind of spread across the roster. Also, just fun and simple to play. What don't you like about that? Mamba in hand, still pretty lethal. Got max mastery on that, as you can see, courtesy of that gold weapon in the feed. And they finally have control of this hill. They're going to rack up a bit of time here. They have to have the coverage here. How are Gorillas going to attack this? It looks like all together they'll find Billiams, but Soka will find another, again, making his presence known and stopping everybody else. But Cool breaks down the door to the site, takes down the player on it, and suddenly things are so much worse.
Soka in a tough spot here. He's got players flying over his head. Fank going to get the cleanup onto that one. Easy peasy. Fank turns, gets the dub onto Billiams. And now watching mid, Pix is just going to set up, but he's getting shot from behind. That's going to be 3 players he's not aware of. I mean, he was set up and ready, had no clue, but 111 to 30 right now. This is just complete domination. Great team shot coming in, though. Hoppies making moves.
How does Cool win that second? How does Cool kill 2 players there? How? He puts himself in a box. He literally puts himself in a big frame that says shoot here, and they don't kill him. I am flabbergasted that he gets away with that second kill. They still manage to get him eventually, but it takes 3 players, and that less players that could be over here, stopping them from getting to this field. One of the better sites to hold on Favela's King of the Hill. Now again stuck in another retake scenario with walls of utility to walk through, courtesy of Runway. Soka, coming out of spawn, does manage to find a cross angle onto Cool. They will find Rugi as well, so they will get the flip, but they have to hold on to it for quite a while in overtime, and Pix already finding an angle onto Hoppies.
Trying to finish this one out. Don't want to make any massive mistakes here. Pix misses a crucial shot. Doesn't get too much damage on that player, so that's going to leave them open here with 3 dead. Final player remaining is going to be Cool. He's just trying to buy some time. Not really going to do much, but he does win the fight. Jesus. I couldn't believe he just did that. He was getting double teamed.
But still wins it out in the end. Again, it's just got that clutch potential that's working out for him. It's not the first time it's happened for him already. Billiams, though, does stop the man here. And a Merv down, actually, by Soka onto Fank. Works out. Hoppies getting these trips down. Worked well on Favela's earlier. We'll see if they can continue that one moving forward here, but they are in a tough position, especially with all the utility they're going to have. Knocked so low, plus a Semtex. They have to give it up. Do they have anyone else on the site that's actually still standing? They don't anymore. Everyone's down. If they can finish all these players laying down, it's actually just Soka. I know it's only people crawling on the ground that are keeping them in the game, and they won't be able to do it for long enough. Still, it's a hit back at the very least. The stats are close to a point. Gucci may be having a tougher game, but it's a better look than the last King of the Hill.
100%. 100%. Sure. I mean, I don't think that's what's going in their heads. I think they really needed that first round win. Soka with 14 downs. You got to be making something else happen over there, Big Gooch. Like, we've talked about it. He's a talented young player. He's been winning a lot of smaller tournaments. Now he's on the big stage. We've got to see you start to come alive right now. This is the biggest moment of the tournament so far for you, and this is when you got to start making some things happen, and he's just not presenting the results.
I mean, there's no better time. This is series point. You have to show up if you want to stay in the upper bracket. Even though they have time, Pix maybe feeling it a little bit. Sam texting himself, but staying alive. Ahsoka keeps two people from the other side from staying alive in turn. Hoppy's watching this with the sniper. Doesn't even need to take the shot. Just trying to watch the person who's going to be trading, and plays it fairly well. Finally, the time can start ticking up for them. But they're still holding here. They're going to get their gadget resets. They're going to pump that side full of util, and they're going to have to give it up with only eight points gained.
Here we go. Cool going in, getting the easy team shot off. Looking pretty good. Get back into this one. Only 15 seconds remaining, but they're going to gobble it all up. Now the rotation coming in. Cool's just going to wait it out. Tries to get some help with his teammate. Not going to be able to finish Hoppy's off. Hoppy's doesn't have any help, though. But he's going to just leave him be. I like that decision. Never mind. He's going for the chase. He knows he's got to get back through that middle lane, but he's going to have help, though. There's 3 strong there. Now he's got to rotate out. Fank does land the nade. He doubles back and gets the perfect flank. Great timing by Cool. Cool's going to land some great shots on the Hoppies. That's going to put him into a pinch. Hoppy's going to get taken down. Excellent execution out of Fank, and Cool right there to double team the entire push through mid lane.
And this has just been something that Cool has been doing so often, and it's just working every time. His timing on his lurks on a respawn are just absolutely lethal. That is a crazy Merv angle, and Soka actually gets another kill after that, or another down at least onto Fank, who might be getting rezzed up potentially, but Gucci has that long angle. Watching there, getting some solid damage in for them. Gucci with another there, holding close by on this Dallas, putting in the pressure on them, but they just can't flip the point. I mean, it's garbage time at this point. They have to move to the next hill, but they're hoping for more here, and Soka winning this fight will be the most important part of it. But Pix getting knocked so low, almost ends up losing that. Has to result to the melee, but there's so much damage from utility, and it looks like Gorillas are in the better spot to get onto the site altogether. They're not in quite yet, but they have the better position for it, and Billiams is already isolated.
Good damage put down. Not going to be able to do much, though. We've got such a big differential coming out, and this is looking like it could be it for the homies. Gorilla's looking too darn dominant. Big Gooch with a big pick here. Rugi's going to get the kill on to Pix. Big Gooch with another one. Then we got 3 down for half a second on the Gorilla side, but still no push or any type of numbers being made on the clock. Just no progression whatsoever. You get the kills, you get the slays, but now there's 30 seconds left that you can grab, and that still won't put you anywhere closer. They're just not executing properly to get themselves back into this game. Now, Big Gooch is starting to get more kills. He's getting some more eliminations on the board. I like what I'm seeing there. That's going to make some difference.
He's doing what he can for now, and again, he's the one who needs to step up, but told to step down by Rugi on his attempt to rotate there. But they're getting this garbage time, and it looks like they actually have some players already on the site. I think these gunfights will really decide it if Soka can beat out Rugi. But Rugi hitting everything. Still Soka with the timing on the push, just gets around him. Not really ready to turn for that one, and Hoppy's now there to support. This is one of the strongest hills, and if they hold this the entire time, it is going to be a hard fight for Gorillas. They might have a chance to get another round here if they can win it, but Soka is so lethal. These shots he's connecting are brutal, and he has been so important for them. Again, I said he has to make his name known, and he's making it known. He's screaming it to the world, but he's doing that just to stay in the upper bracket. Maybe if they can win the next one, this is their only chance to keep it going here up top.
Here we go. Big Gooch. He's getting the kill. Soka picks up one for himself. Big Gooch gets the kill onto Fank. That's 3 dead for Gorillas.
Hey, they're making it work so far. They're still holding on here. Is it being contested? No, not yet. As they crest the 70-point mark, that's 3 downs for them. But Billiams is still holding nearby. They might not know. They're going to lose some points for this no matter what. How many kills can he get? Not many, because there's Halo drones running right into his feet. He has to run away. He has to give it up. And now it all comes down to this final push, which might actually end up being a 1 versus 3. Make it a 2 versus 4. Make that 2 versus 4 still, but Fank now goes down. It's a little bit closer. Rugi caught out. Great timing from Soka, but he doesn't make it in. He messes up the dodge roll, and that is a heartbreaking way to get knocked down to the losers bracket. They could have had it. It really could have been that close, but just bouncing off the geometry and getting sent down to play against the other teams that could not keep up with the top 8.
Well, yeah, you really hate to see that when, they were just starting to come to life. Like, they were getting some really big kills there, and they could have made something happen. I think they definitely could have had that if they were able to get in there because they had the numbers. They had the health. I think they were winning their fights. It looked like a good position to be in. They could have possibly brought it to another round, but, yeah, that play from Gorillas was just too darn good, and that was just a very, very good comeback from them to get back into it after that map 2 in the first round in map. I don't know. They really looked like a completely different roster from the beginning. It was just beautiful work. You saw that Homie came out so hot here. I mean, they just were making some amazing plays, but then Gorillas able to just turn it around. I don't want to give too much credit to Pick's play in map 2, but it definitely was a catalyst.
Yeah, I would. I think so. I think that's kind of a heartbreaker. I mean, he's already doing stuff like that earlier on a Viper. Not too shocking to see him, I think, kind of go back to that carry mode a little bit later on, but still very strong comeback from Gorillas. Again, I said it. The respawn teams are favored. Maybe if it goes to map 5, maybe Homie Squad walk away from it, but to get there, you gotta win a respawn. You can't let it go all the way. You can't let yourself get caught on lurks constantly by Cool. You can't let yourself just eat headshots from picks. Not that I really know what you can do to stop that for what it's worth. You cannot let a team kind of destroy you in the way that they were across these respawns. They had their moments, but a moment doesn't make a map.
No, not at all. If you want to come back into a series like that, it's going to take everything out of you. They were looking for the big upset, not able to happen. When you say, like, what can you do against somebody like that? So Pix is the best on Phantom. You're going to have somebody be able to just have a hotter game. That's really what it comes down to, is just having a better game with the sniper and not allowing him free reign over the lanes. Like, if he's just hard scoped on corners and not worried about the enemy sniper whatsoever, and that added pressure is going to make him miss shots. And that really is the difference maker that you'll see. Like, you got to know if you're playing Palace, it's going to be that Pix on Phantom that really is going to shut you down. And you just got to remember that. I think they will. After what just happened to them, homies are going to, I keep calling them homies. I should give them the respect due. They just put on a great show. Homie Squad. The squad of homies really are going to learn from this. It
is the Homie Squad with a very big emphasis on the "the." There are several E's. They clearly want that to be a no. They're not just the homies. They're not just the Homie Squad. They're the Homie Squad, but they are also now in the lower bracket.
There too. There's a number.
Version 2. Yeah, this is the redo, but still they're gonna have to hope for a very solid lower bracket run if they want to make it any deeper in this tournament.
Yeah, and they're going to have to, really step up, because you're going to see when you move down to the losers bracket, there's still going to be some hungry teams down there, and they can't look ahead at all. Like, they're still going to have a really tough time down there, and it's a 2-day event, so you want to make sure that you're able to stay in this tournament so that you can refresh, get that good reset for tomorrow.
You gotta definitely have that mental if you can make it all the way down a little bit further. But talking about all the way down, Gorillas are all the way up. They're keeping themselves high up in this bracket, making their move forward.